Hey guys, it's Marvin Ambrosius here for another great episode of 5 Minutes with Marv. I have a very special guest with me today, Hannah Wilkes, the best Sky TV news presenter on the Sky Sports channel. Worked with her many years. She's fantastic, and she's here with me for the 5 minute duration. Now, we're going to be starting this 5 minutes right now. The timer going, go. All right. What does exercise look like to you, Hannah?
Exercise to me looks like whatever I want it to look like that day. I sort of kind of have like a trifecta of things that work for me, and I run. I like to go for a run. Not quite marathon distance these days, but I'm getting back up there. Um, Yoga has sort of saved my sanity in a lot of ways over the last 10 months or so. So, like everyone, I'm on that Yoga with Adrian YouTube. And also, as well, I do this workout that you stream from a studio in LA, and it's called LEK Fit, and it's like a combination of sort of Pilates based strength training, some like dance inspired moves, lots of leg lifts. And I have a background as a dancer, so it's just something that they have three different concepts. One of them you bounce around on a trampoline, which I don't have the room for, but they
Yeah.
have like that, and they have like a defined one, which is more sort of sculpting work, and it just works for me, and it's something that I enjoy. Like the movements themselves are like something that just
Yeah.
works for my body.
So one thing that you just mentioned, which is really inspiring, is that during this lockdown period, it sounds like that you may have found something that you may not have known about if it wasn't for the lockdown. Would you think that would be something to be true? Like you found something new?
Yes and no. So, like with yoga, I have kind of done it off and on for years. Like I'd go to the occasional class every now and again, but like time for Bikram yoga, go, die, hate it. And it's something that I'd kind of always do and dip in and out of. But I think like a lot of people, when lockdown started and you started working from home, it was sort of creating those boundaries and that way to sort of set yourself up in the morning or even wind down in the evening when you don't have that commute and you don't have the chance to go meet a friend for dinner, and it's just something to just do for you and sort of get yourself
Yeah.
moving. So I started doing the yoga with Adrian, like one of her 30-day challenges at the beginning of lockdown, just to give myself something to do first thing in the morning, so I felt like my blood was flowing a little bit before I just sat at my dining room table. um yeah, and it's just something that now I sort of dip in and out of, and I find that for me, between if I do yoga regularly and run 3 times a week and do my leg fit when I can, like it just works for me. It means I don't get too sore. It works for my body type, and just the combination just suits me, I guess.
Okay. And how long would you say it took for you to find, like you said, something that works for your body type? I know that's something that you experimented on for years to work. What made you stay as you are and what improved you? How long did it take you to really grasp that concept that you needed a consistent routine?
Well, I think I've always known that it's consistency. I think what has been challenging for me is actually being able to achieve that consistency. And with the way the world has stopped and slowed down in the
Yeah.
last year, the strange side effect is it's actually given me the opportunity to develop that, because you can have all the will in the world, but if you're trying to work out 3, 4 times a week, hold down a full-time job. At one point I had basically two full-time jobs, one and a half. So a busy work week, and trying to have a social life and maintain your like family relation, like everything, something has to give. So it's very hard. Well, for me, it was always
Yeah.
very hard. I'm not going to say no to meeting a friend for dinner because I had to go,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
just not
No,
how
I
I'm
understand that.
wired. And what's the point? So yeah, so I think this year actually that the the extra hours in the day that we've got back, and the fact that you can't socialize and you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that, it's given me the time to actually be consistent. And it means that sort of for the first time, and this is something I've thought a lot about recently, for the first time in a long time, and I think a lot of women in particular find this, I don't find myself thinking about food. I kind of eat whatever I want intuitively, because I'm working out relatively consistently, not because I want to see a change or I want to lose weight or anything, because I feel good for it.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, you're not sat in the office or going to the vending machine and this, that, and the other. So everything's just kind of working together as it should.
No, exactly. That's amazing. That's exactly what we want to hear. Now, in regards to social media, the new beast I like to call it, do you feel that that can sometimes influence how you see your own self-body image, or have you been that kind of person that can look at it from a distance but know who you are?
A bit of both, if I'm honest. And to be honest, what I've had to do is kind of go through my social media, and if anyone I'm following makes me feel inadequate in any way, not just sort of how I look physically, but just, in across the spectrum, then I just have to unfollow that person, because it you can't help but compare yourself. We all do it. Like, we know we shouldn't. And we know comparison is the thief of joy and all that stuff. But if anything you're seeing on those social media feeds, where you do have control over what you see in your feed to an extent, I know there are ads, etc., that are going to appear, but you can still, say, not for me, thanks. I think we have to take a bit of responsibility and go, no, this is what I want to see and this is what I don't want to see. So I've been quite careful of that, and it's something I do all the time, because there might be someone that I discover, like, influencer or a writer or an athlete or this, that, and the other, and be really into what they're doing, and then after a little while go, actually, when I see their post, it's making me feel like I should be eating differently, or doing that in terms of working out, or oh, I don't look like that. But I think it's something that comes as you get older as well. I now know what is it's never going to be a body type that I have. I'm lucky. I am tall. I am naturally slim, but I've got a wide rib cage. I've got like no torso, because big problem in life. I've got long legs. But you know what I mean? Like, and it's very easy to see this sort of this set version of like what is deemed the perfect body, and go, well, just genetically, that's never going to be something that I look like. So I think, just taking sort of a bit of responsibility and going, well, then remove it, and where you have the control, use that control, and make sure you're seeing what makes you feel good. I also recommend doing the same with Twitter, and I've removed anything that's politically related or too hard newsy or anything like that. Just put the things there that you want to see, and when you do want to find the other stuff, you can seek it out, but make sure what's coming at you without you sort of having a conscious input is what you want to be there.
Awesome. Well, that is definitely something for another broader conversation that we're going to have at another time, because I always think it's my biggest one at the moment. But we pretty much went to the end already. But
Sorry.
I just need to no, this is fine. This is fine. This is what I like this. I want to know, what is your go-to song when you're in the gym or when you're working out? What gets you pumped up? First song that came to mind. Doesn't matter how.
It depends what I'm doing. And I ran the London Marathon 3 years ago, but I still won't shut up about it. And I've got the ultimate beast mode playlist from that was like songs to pump me up when I'm struggling. But if I would say, when they're open in the gym and I want to be inspired to lift a bit heavier, Britney Spears, Stronger. Thank you. If I am running and I need something to just keep me going and pump me up, these are so cliched, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. It's actually great to run to, and I think people forget about it.
It's got the rhythmic beat to the running, the good cadence.
Feel like, I'm born to run, look at me go. So yeah, my music taste is basic, but hey, it works.
It's broad. No, but thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on the show with me, Hannah, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon. I'll put all your socials on here for it so everyone can follow you as well. You're very inspiring, and keep doing what you're doing, please.
Thank you. And in terms of that sort of social media conversation and everything around it, recently done a new series for Sky called Rise With Us, where I talk to some great athletes on the same subject and just generally how they keep motivated. So check that out too.
Nice. Make sure you guys do. See you soon.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?